Guys, big breaking news coming out. Ukraine reportedly strikes Russian oil depot in occupied Crimea. Now, this one here was a massive hit. At the same time, we have more breaking news coming out. Total darkness. Once again, Russia launches one of the largest strikes on Ukraine's energy infrastructure since start of war. Last night, Kiev and other cities in Ukraine were pitch black. No light, no power. All right, so there were only emergency power for like trains and stuff like that, but everything else, complete darkness. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Alright, we're going to see what's going on here with these news, and once again, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That was a big hit. All right, let's see what's going on with this one. So, Ukraine's military reportedly struck a Russian oil depot near the village of, I'm going to skip that name, in occupied Crimea late on November 9th, today, 2025. Now, residents reported hearing several boom sounds near the oil facility amid reports of a wider Crimean drone strike on the region. Now, once again, you have Russia Defense Ministry claim that air defenses shot down 10 Crimean drones over the peninsula. A photo posted on social media appears to show a bright night sky over the village of, I'm going to skip that name, following the strike on the oil depot. Now, Kiev Independent cannot immediately verify the report. Ukraine's military has not yet commented on a reported strike, but the oil depot has been a subject of Ukrainian strike drones in recent months. On October 17, 2025, Ukraine Special Forces confirmed that its drones inflicted damage on the oil depot and a plant, attaching a video supposedly showing the strike from a drone view. The oil depots are located near, I'm going to skip the name again, Air Base, which is used as a launch site for various Russian aircraft used to strike Ukraine. Ukraine routinely launches deep strike against military and industrial facilities in Russia, primarily relying on domestically developed drones. Again, nowadays, drones is like the big deal. And the U.S. Army announced that they're going to purchase 1 million drones. Russia's oil and gas production has continued to come under strike as Kiev attempts to cripple Moscow's primary source of funding for its war in Ukraine. All right, so once again, another oil facility got hit. And now we're going to go with this one here. Power grid has been obliterated. So people have power for like 2 or 3 hours, and then from there they turn it off. The only lights you see is like, trains and stuff like that. Headlights from vehicles. That's the only thing you see out there. Kiev faces over 12 hours of emergency power cuts following one of the largest Russian drone strike on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Kiev and Kiev Oblast faced emergency power outages after a new large-scale Russian strike overnight on November 8, which targeted Ukraine's energy and gas infrastructure. Ukrainian forces downed 406 drones out of 458, including Shahed-type drones launched by the Bear overnight, the Air Force reported. Now, the Shahed drones, I think those are the Iranian drones, and they are very powerful. So it says here, the Bear also launched 45 cruise and ballistic missiles, 9 of which were down, the statement said. Now, here's the thing, guys. Ukraine is not getting a lot of stuff now because of the Gov shutdown. And it seems like there's a possibility, maybe today, the Gov shutdown might be lifted. And the reason why? Because now Ukraine is not getting nothing. That's why. So it had to take Ukraine to wake up everyone. The cities of, I'm going to skip all these, let me try to pronounce this one here, Kremenchuk in Poltava Oblast, Kiev, Dnipro, Kharkiv, and Chernihiv were the primary targets of the bear strike. Explosions were also heard in the city of Sumy, as well as in Odessa Oblast. Very brazen in many ways, the strike is demonstrative, Zelenskyy said, adding that Ukraine is working with the U.S. to buy additional Patriot air defense system. We could send them all these stuff, but it's not stopping the war. It's not stopping this biblical war. Emergency power cuts were introduced in several Crimean regions due to the strike, according to Ukraine's state grid operator. Now, Ukraine's largest private energy company, DTEK, reported on November 8 that one of its thermal power plants had been seriously damaged by the bear strike. According to the company, the bear has struck DTEK power plants over 210 times since the start of the full-scale invasion. In Kiev, outages varied by location, with some areas expected to remain without electricity for up to 8 hours. That's crazy. And not only that, guys, it's cold up there. It's winter for them. It gets cold up there, really cold. Energy Minister said that the consequences of the strike are being determined, and normal outages up to 4 hours a day will be restored once the situation in the energy system stabilizes. By the evening on November 8th, you have this person here claimed on national television that the energy situation had been somewhat stabilized, giving consumers the ability to plan their actions in connection with power outages. Specific details on emergency crews' ability to restore parts of the power grid were not immediately available. Once again, this person called the strike one of the largest direct ballistic strike on energy facilities since the start of the bear full-scale invasion in February of 2022. It's hard to remember such a number of ballistic that directly struck energy facility. In Kiev, explosions were heard just before 4:30 a.m. local time, according to a Kiev Independent journalist on the ground. Now, officials reported that air defense were at work in the city amid a wider Russian drone strike on the capital. Now, Kiev mayor later reported that a fire has been reported in the Petersky district amid falling drone debris stemming from the strike. The fire was later extinguished, the mayor added. No casualties in the capital were reported. The strike on Kiev comes amid wider strike on cities closer to Ukraine frontline region. Air raid alerts throughout the night warned of the Bear ballistic missile strike targeting Ukraine's central, southern, and eastern region. Once again, Ukraine's state emergency service reported energy infrastructure was struck in Odessa Oblast amid the ballistic missiles. So throughout the fall, Russia has intensified strike on Ukrainian energy infrastructure as it attempts to plunge the country into yet another harsh winter. The worst strike on October 3rd and the 5th wiped out around 60% of Ukraine's gas production sites. Also, guys, there's been a massive evacuation, I think, in Zaporizhia and Dnipropetrovsk. I truly apologize if I said the name wrong. They are evacuating all the young ones and parents. They're taking them out that region. It's not safe according to certain officials, it's not safe for them to be there. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. It seems like this is going to be all of it, but I want to take it back on X and see if we could find anything else here. But yeah, total darkness is taking place right now in Kiev. And we need to pray for the people out there because it's really cold. It's really cold out there. So yeah, this is what people are sharing right now. So once again, Crimean drones have struck the Bear oil depot in Russian-occupied Crimea. A major Crimean drone swarm is hitting targets on the peninsula right now. Give me a second. Let me just save this image here. Probably use it as a thumbnail. There we go. So I think we have some more breaking news updates when it comes to the Gulf shutdown. Again, guys, they're working something out today immediately. They're trying to get this thing open up today. All right. And the reason why, not because of the millions of sleeping giant citizens, not because of the federal worker. It's common sense, guys. There's nothing going to Ukraine. There's nothing going to NATO. All right. They basically working on this because they want to help their buddies. Very sad. Absolutely mind-blowing. All right, Zelenskyy is putting out something here. Repair crews working virtually around the clock after energy strike. All right, so the power grid is being fixed. All right, so they're really trying to fix those grid and trying to get it back on as soon as possible. But that was the biggest hit ever when it comes to grid. The Bear destroyed Ukraine's first major power plant. Overnight, 3 of the Bear drones struck a clear energy facility built in 2016, the country's first and largest thermal power plant, which supplied electricity to thousands of homes and symbolized Ukraine's shift to renewable energy. Wow. All right, so it became a benchmark for the industry and proved that Ukraine's energy independence starts with local resources. Fortunately, no one was impacted. It seems like this is it for this news here, guys. So you have Marco Rubio is going to speak with I forget, Russian defense minister. No, his name is Sergey. They're going to be discussing the situation with the war. Give me a second here, guys. So yeah, it seems like this is all of it here. I'm not seeing anything else, but yeah, there are reports that the Bear got hit, the oil facility. It's not the first one. It's not the first oil facility getting hit. Once again, Zelenskyy he's sharing his information now. We are already preparing the 20th sanction package with our EU partners. We expect this package's content to be prepared within a month, and we propose including the Bear legal entities and individuals that are still profiteering, from energy resources. Now, there will also be updates on the abductors of Crimean young ones. this must be met with truly global pressure. Of course, there must be substantially cranked up pressure on all streams that enable the Bear military production. This is vital. Every of the Bear missile and drones contains specific components from other countries, specific countries. Without them, there will simply be no of the Bear weapon. Efforts on this must be doubled down. That's coming out from Zelenskyy. So I'm just going to share the video if you guys want to check it out. If you guys want to check it out, the link will be in my Twitter page. The video will be in my Twitter page, but the link to my Twitter page will be in the description box. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, and share. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, later. Peace.